We are going to turn now to fertility. It is a second battle many women with breast cancer have to fight. Certain treatments can lead to infertility, giving some women yet another difficult situation and a set of new decisions to make when they're diagnosed. At 38 years old, Sarah Strimmel Bentley, a former Broadway performer turned yoga instructor, was in a new relationship and a picture-perfect image of health until she found a lump the size of a walnut in her left breast.
I got the biopsy results back that indeed I had stage 2 invasive ductal carcinoma, and it was like time stopped. And of course I was terrified.
In the same breath, her doctor recommending an appointment with a fertility specialist.
I had no idea that when you have breast cancer that, your fertility would be affected. It was my dream for as long as I can remember to be a mother.
Studies have found that about half of young women with breast cancer say they'd like to have a child after completing the treatment. But some treatments, including certain types of chemotherapy, can affect fertility.
We try to be extremely proactive when a young woman is diagnosed with breast cancer about preserving her fertility.
Sarah undergoing 2 rounds of IVF with her then boyfriend James, resulting in a single embryo.
I feel so lucky that we have this chance to be able to make embryos before I go into treatment.
Sarah holding on to hope and her positive spirit through rigorous rounds of surgery, chemo, and radiation. Through it all, her future baby remaining in sight despite the challenges.
My oncologist had told me that due to my age, my type of cancer, and the fact that we only had one shot, she said, you need to have a surrogate if you want to bring this baby to life.
Sarah and her now husband, James, documenting their surrogacy journey every step of the way.
Surrogacy is not a straight line, and it is not easy.
The Bentleys finally matching with Whitney, their surrogate.
Leading up to finding out that the embryo transfer was successful was the longest 2 weeks of my life. That call was either going to be the best day of my life or the hardest news.
Oh my God!
I lost my mind.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
The most incredible moment of my life.
Now, the couple are eagerly awaiting the arrival of their baby boy.
It's becoming real, and we can't wait to meet the little guy.
Just know that if you get diagnosed with breast cancer and you are a young woman and you think your life is over, it is not. I'm so thankful to be here.
And we are so excited for them and thankful for people like Whitney who do this ultimate job of being a surrogate. And we want to bring in the other people who are doing the ultimate work. Dr. Jessica Shepard, who is an OBGYN and Chief Medical Officer for Very Well Health. You're on the other side of it, saving lives. It's so nice to see you. This can be such a blow. I have friends who have gone through this. Not only do you find out you have breast cancer, but you find out you may not be able to conceive.
Right.
How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I think the emotional toll that you see with these patients when they get this diagnosis is so overwhelming. And breast cancer is the #1 cancer that's diagnosed in women. And not only that, 10% of these cancers are going to be diagnosed in women 45 years and less. So we have a clear problem when we see fertility options and breast cancer diagnosis, what that really means. And so it really requires a conversation, but knowing that there are options is clearly what you saw here in Sarah's instance.
What are the most important things to consider in that conversation about fertility? Questions you should be asking your doctor?
Now, when you're considering what do I do, where do I go from here when it is concerning fertility, is to know that there's options. And early diagnosis is key, but not only early diagnosis is what am I going to do and what are my options. So when we think of surrogacy, when we think of cryopreservation, which is egg freezing or embryo, that really can tell a story for someone who doesn't know where they're going to go with this. So emotionally, we want to capture that, but also knowing that there's options. And we have so much research that shows that these are great options.
Dr. Shepard, thank you so much for doing what you do and advising us today.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.